So beliefs are hardwired into us through repetition. We hear, read, experience something repeatedly, and it becomes a part of the belief system. And that's how most of us have been conditioned. Second is through authority. Anything presented to us by an authority figure goes straight into our subconscious. And we see this easily in children. How often have you heard preschoolers or elementary age kids saying, "The teacher said," and they treat the teacher's word as gospel. The third is through desire for identity. We're naturally wired to want to belong. So it's not uncommon to find members of a group share similar beliefs. So, and we find this very strong with children. We have all lived through the power of peer pressure. The fourth is through emotion. Emotion is an effective gateway to the subconscious. So when we enter an emotional state, we become vulnerable to subconscious programming. And the fifth is hypnosis. So when your mind enters the alpha state, your subconscious mind is opened up for programming. So we are in an alpha state when we're falling asleep or when we are awakening. When do we start creating beliefs around money? Our beliefs, especially around money, are created from birth to 7 or about 8, or later in life when we experience trauma. And that is when we are in a heightened state of emotions. But for most of us, we are unconsciously taking in information about money from our environment with a brain that is not fully formed. As children, from birth, we are relying on the limbic system, which is in charge of emotions. Our cerebral cortex, which is a part of the brain that sets us apart from other animals, only becomes fully developed when we're somewhere between 20 to 25 years old in women and about 25 to 30 years old in men. So that is the part of the brain that is in charge of executive functioning, higher order thinking, information processing, language, creativity, and so much more. It is also more than 80% of the brain's weight. So when you think about it, when our thoughts and beliefs are being created when we're younger, thoughts that there's not enough, money is stressful, there is no processing taking place. It's all going into the limbic system. And so these thoughts and patterns and beliefs become automated without any filtering. So if a child comes into the world where there is stress and tension around money, the child feels that he or she is the cause. And the reason that he or she feels he or she is the cause is because at that time we're more egocentric. The world revolves around us, and the world has revolved around us since we arrived on Earth. And so anything that happens in the environment, we attribute to ourselves. So a child will think that he or she is the cause of money being stressful or there not being enough money. So these automated clips of significant scenes are stored deep in the unconscious, and they run in the background on a subliminal level. And this is the mind's way of protecting us from pain and suffering. When a child becomes an adult, he or she is more likely to have worry and anxiety around money. If later on we learn financial strategies, we learn that there is enough money for everyone, that money takes away stress, and money can give us financial freedom. These learnings are stored in a different part of the brain, which is layered on top of the original part. And these learnings are not enough to overwrite the information stored in the original part, which is the limbic system, which is why willpower alone doesn't work. And that's why many blocks are unconscious. The good news is that patterning can be changed. The way you can change your patterning is to become aware of the meaning you give events, because our beliefs determine the meaning we give to events. And our perception of reality is greatly influenced by our words. Words bring thoughts and beliefs to life, and it helps us form our identity.